and welcome. In today's session, we will be working out 5 more questions from the latest sample paper. I told you already, part B section 5 will have 3 5-mark questions. All these 3 5-mark questions will have internal choice. You have to attempt any one of the two. Namely, the question number 36, 37 and 38 will be for 5 marks. Here we go. The first question goes like this. Here you have been given the matrix A. You need to find A inverse. Using that A inverse, you need to solve the system of equations x minus 2y equal to 10, 2x minus y minus z equal to 8 and minus 2y plus z equal to 7. It's rather a very straight question. Let's do it. Solution. The first and the foremost step is we need to find out A inverse. You know the condition for A inverse to exist. What is the condition? The determinant of A should not be equal to 0. So let us first find out the value for determinant of A. You have been given the matrix A as 1, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, 0, minus 1, 1. The determinant of A is going to be what determinant 1, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, 0, minus 1, 1. Let us evaluate this determinant using the first row. It is 1 into product of these two, that is minus 1 and 1, which is minus 1, minus of product of minus 1 and minus 2. So it is going to be minus 2. Then minus 2 into, leaving the first row and the second column, you will be having minus 2. And then 0 into minus 2 is going to be anyway 0. Then the last one, 0 into value of this determinant is going to be anyway 0. So I am not going to write it. When I simplify, I will be getting minus 3 plus 4, which is equal to 1 and not equal to 0. Now you need to conclude, since determinant of A equal to 1, which is not equal to 0, A inverse exists. This is very, very important step. Or you can write A is invertible. So let me make a note of the determinant of A value here. And then the next step is we need to find out adjoint of A. Because the formula for finding out A inverse is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. To find out adjoint of A, I need to first find out the cofactor matrix. Only then adjoint of A is nothing but transpose of the cofactor matrix. So to find out the cofactor matrix, I need to find out the minus and cofactors of each and every element of this matrix A. So let us do everything step by step. You have been given the matrix A is 1, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, 0, minus 1, 1. Okay. First, M11, which is nothing but minor of the element A11, that is small A11, which is 1 over here. That is nothing but minor of A11, which is nothing but, leave the first row and the first column. Only then in that intersection you are having that element A11. So it is going to be minus 1 minus determinant minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 1, which is nothing but minus 1 then minus 2, which is minus 3. The corresponding cofactor will be A, capital A11, which is minus 1 to the power I plus j. That is both I and j are 1 here. So 1 plus 1 into m11, which is here minus 1 the whole square is 1. m11 is minus 3. So it is going to be minus 3. Next, m12. m12 is the minor of the element a12, small a12, which is 2 over here. So leaving the first row and the second column, you are left with determinant minus 2, 0, 1, which is going to be minus 2. So the corresponding cofactor will be capital A12, which is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, that is I is 1, j is 2, into m12. Here it is minus 1 and the m12 value is minus 2, so it is going to be 2. Then m13, minor of the element 0. So leaving the first row and the third column, you are left with the determinant minus 2, minus 1, 0, minus 1, which is going to be 2. So the corresponding cofactor is going to be capital A13, which is minus 1 to the power I plus j, that is 1 plus 3 into m13. Here it is 1 and the m13 is 2, so it is 2. Then, coming to second row, let us find out now capital M21, that is minor of the element minus 2. Leaving the second row and first column, you are left with 2, 0, minus 1, 1. 2, 0, minus 1, 1, which is going to be 2. The corresponding cofactor is A21, which is minus 1 to the power 2 plus 1, because I is 2, j is 1, into m21. Here it is minus 1 and m21 is 2, so it is minus 2. Now, let us find out m22. m22, which is the minor of the element small a22, which is minus 1 over here. So leaving the second row and second column, I will be left with 1, 0, 0, 1, which is going to be 1. So the corresponding cofactor a22 is going to be minus 1 to the power 2 plus 2 into m22. Here it is 1 and m22 is 1, so the product is going to be 1. Coming to m23, minor of the element a23, small a23, which is minus 2 over here. So leaving the second row and third column, you will be having 1, 2, determinant 1, 2, 0, minus 1, which is going to be minus 1. So the corresponding cofactor a23 going to be minus 1 to the power 2 plus 3 into m23. Here it is minus 1 and m23 is minus 1, so the product is going to be 1. Now, coming to third row, that is m31, which is minor of the element small a31, which is 0 over here. So leaving the third row and the first column, you will be left with determinant 2, 0, minus 1, minus 2. When you evaluate, you will be getting here minus 4. The corresponding cofactor will be A31, which is minus 1 to the power I plus j. I is 3, j is 1 into M31. Here it is plus 1 and here M31 is minus 4. So the product is minus 4. Coming to M32, which is minor of the element A small A32, which is minus 1 over here. So leaving the third row and second column, you will be left with determinant 1 0, third row, second column. So 1 0 minus 2 minus 2, which is going to be minus 2. The corresponding cofactor will be A32, capital A32, minus 1 to the power 3 plus 2 into M32. Here it is minus 1 and here M32 is minus 2. So you will be getting here 2. Now the last element over here, which is 1, that is your M33. Minor of the element small A33, which is 1 over here. So leaving the third row and the third column, you are left with determinant 1 2 minus 2 minus 1. 1 2 minus 2 minus 1. When you expand this, you will be getting minus 1, then plus 4. Minus 1 plus 4, which is going to be 3. So the corresponding cofactor A33 going to be minus 1 to the power 3 plus 3, because both I and j are 3 over here into M33. This is going to be plus 1 and here M33 is 3. So 1 into 3, which is going to be 3. Now I got the cofactors of all the elements of the matrix A. Now it is easy for me to write the cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix is it is of the form A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Now let us substitute the values from here. So this is A11 is minus 3, A12 is 2, A13 is 2, A21 is minus 2, A22 is 1, A23 is 1, A31 is minus 4, A32 is 2 and A33 is 3. So this is the cofactor matrix. It is easy for me to write adjoint of the matrix A. So adjoint of the matrix A is transpose of the cofactor matrix. That is minus 3, 2, 2, minus 2, 1, 1, minus 4, 2, 3, whole transpose. Now, you know that transpose of the matrix is obtained by interchanging the rows and columns of the given matrix. This implies adjoint of the matrix A is, now see here, the first row will become the first column, minus 3, 2, 2. Second row will become the second column, minus 2, 1, 1. Now third row will become the third column, minus 4, 2, 3. Now we know the formula for A inverse. So let us find out the A inverse now. Therefore, A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. That is, already determinant of A value, you got it as 1. So, 1 by 1 is going to be 1. So, just adjoint of A, you are going to write over here, which is minus 3, minus 2, minus 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3. So, we have done the first part of the given question. That is, we have found out A inverse. So, let me make a note of it here. A inverse is equal to the matrix minus 3, minus 2, minus 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3. Now, let us do the second part. That is, we need to solve the system of equations using this A inverse. So, that is the meaning of hence. First, let us put the given system of equations in matrix form. So, how do we put it actually? Write the coefficients of x, y and z. You will be having 1, minus 2. There is no z term, so you need to write here 0. Coming to second equation, it is 2, minus 1, minus 1. Third equation, there is no x term at all. So, write over here 0, then minus 2, 1 into x, y, z is equal to the matrix 10, column matrix 10, 8, 7. So, you have put these equations in matrix form. Now, you compare this matrix with the given matrix A. See here, 1, 2, 0, which is the first column, that is the first row in the given matrix A. The second row in the given matrix is the second column here. Third row is the third column. Or in other words, the matrix what we got here is the transpose of the given matrix A, because the rows and columns have been changed. So, I can write over here A transpose into X is equal to, I can write this as some C. So, this matrix equation is of the form A transpose into X is equal to C. This implies X is equal to A transpose the whole inverse into C. You know the property A transpose the whole inverse is nothing but A inverse the whole transpose. So, I can write this as, this is nothing but A inverse the whole transpose into C. What is the reason? Since A transpose the whole inverse is nothing but A inverse the whole transpose. So, this property I am making use of here. Now, I can substitute for A inverse because I have to use this A inverse. See here, hence. So, let me substitute for A inverse and then I need to write the transpose of that matrix. Then C is also known to me, that is the column matrix 10, 8, 7. Then it is easy for me to find out the values of X, Y and Z. So, let us do it now. X is nothing but X, Y, Z is equal to A inverse. A inverse is the matrix minus 3, minus 2, minus 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, the whole transpose. Into C. C is the matrix, you know the column matrix 10, 8, 7. As I told you, the transpose of the matrix is obtained by interchanging the rows and columns. What will I be getting here? The first row will become the first column. Second row will become the second column, third row will become the third column into 10, 8, 7, the matrix. Let me multiply this. I will be getting, it's going to be minus 3 into 10, minus 30. 2 into 8, plus 16. 2 into 7, plus 14. Then second row, minus 2 into 10, minus 20. 1 into 8, plus 8. 1 into 7, plus 7. Then third row, under column, this minus 40. 2 into 8, plus 16. 3 into 7, plus 21. Which is nothing but, here 30 minus 30, 0. Then 15 minus 20, minus 5. And here you will be having 37 minus 40, which is minus 3. So, you are getting the matrix X, Y, Z is equal to the matrix 0, minus 5, minus 3. Now, since these two matrices are equal, the corresponding elements are also equal. So, hence, by equating the corresponding elements, we will be getting, this implies X is equal to 0, Y is equal to minus 5, Z equal to minus 3. Finally, you need to conclude your answer. There are two parts for this particular question. First, you need to write A inverse. A inverse is equal to the matrix minus 3, minus 2, minus 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3. Then the second part of it, the value of X is equal to 0, Y is equal to minus 5 and Z equal to minus 3. Once you get the values for X, Y and Z, then and there you can check your answer in the rough column and satisfy yourself that what you have done is correct. You can substitute these values in any one of these three equations. So, you take the, because X, Y, Z, all three values you can substitute over here. Just take this particular equation. 2 into 0 is going to be 0. Then, Y value is minus 5. On here it is minus 5. So, you are having plus 5. Then, Z value is minus 3. But here minus is Z. So, plus 3. Which is equal to 8. That is your right hand side also. So, the equation is satisfied. Even you can choose the first equation and then or the third equation. Let us move on to the choice question for this 36th one. Here, you need to evaluate the product AB where A is the matrix 1 minus 1 0, 2 3 4, 0 1 2 and B is the matrix 2 2 minus 4 minus 4 2 minus 4 2 minus 1 5. Now, after finding the product AB, using that product, you need to solve the system of equations. Let us do it now. Solution. First, you need to find out the product AB. So, A is the matrix given to you as 1, minus 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2. And B is the matrix 2, 2, minus 4, 2, 2, minus 4, minus 4, 2, minus 4, 2, minus 1, 5. Now let us find out the product AB. Product AB is, just write down the matrix here, 1, minus 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, into 2, 2, minus 4, minus 4, 2, minus 4, 2 minus 1, 5. consider the first row on the first column. You will be having 2. Minus 1 into minus 4 is plus 4. The next entry is going to be 0 here. 0 into 2 is 0. Then first row and second column, 2 minus 2, again 0. Then first row and third column, minus 4 plus 4, again 0. Now second row and first column, it will be 4 minus 12 plus 8. Now second row, second column, 4 plus 6 minus 4. Second row and third column, minus 8 minus 12 plus 20. Coming to third row and first column, so minus 4 plus 4. Then third row and second column, 2 minus 2. Now third row and third column, it will be minus 4 plus 10. Now this is nothing but 6, 0, 0. Here it is going to be 12 minus 12 is 0. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. 20 minus 20 is 0. Then again 0 here, 0. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. I am getting here 6i. Where I is the identity matrix of order 3 because the given matrix A and B both are of order 3. So I also will be of the same order. So I can write this as 6i, but that is 6 into 100, 010, 001. So 6i. So what I am getting here is the product AB, I am getting it as 6i. Now, from here I need to decide whether A is the inverse of B or B is the inverse of A after writing the given system of equations in matrix form. So let us do that part now. Now let us put these equations in matrix form. I will be getting 1 minus 1. There is no Z term, so 0. Here 2, 3, 4. Then there is no X term over here, so it is 0, 1, 2 into X, Y, Z equal to 377. Now we have to compare this matrix with A and B. See here 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 1 0, 2 3 4, 2 3 4, 0 1 2, 0 1 2. So when you put these equations in matrix form, the matrix what you get over here is nothing but the given matrix A. So I can write this as A into X is equal to some C. Or in other words, X is equal to A inverse C. Now I need to decide from this product AB equal to 6i, what is going to be A inverse? Because see the word here hence. That means I need to use this product. I can write this as I is equal to 1 by 6 of AB. Or in other words, this is A into 1 by 6 of B. I can write it like this. See here, A into A inverse should give you I. So from here you can decide 1 by 6 of B is your A inverse. That means you are using this product and writing A inverse over here. I repeat once again. You got the product AB as 6i. From here I is nothing but 1 by 6 of AB, the product AB. I can write this as A into 1 by 6 of B. This 1 by 6 of B is your A inverse because A into A inverse will give you I. So, A inverse is nothing but 1 by 6 of B. What is B matrix? 2, 2, minus 4, minus 4, 2, minus 4, 2 minus 1, 5. Into C. C is nothing but 377. Into 377. That is your X. X is X, Y, Z. Now let us multiply this X, Y, Z is equal to 1 by 6 of 2 3s are 6 plus 2 into 17, 34 minus 4 into 7, minus 28. Then second row, if you consider second row, you will be getting minus 12 plus 34 minus 28. Then third row, it will be 6 minus 17 plus 35. This is nothing but 1 by 6 of, now see here 40. 40 minus 28 is going to be 12. And here minus 40 plus 34, which is minus 6. And if you consider here, you will be getting 41 minus 17, which is 24. That is, take this 1 by 6 inside or divide each and every element by 6, you will be getting 2 minus 1, 4. That is, your X, Y, Z, the column matrix X, Y, Z is equal to the column matrix 2 minus 1. Since these two matrices are equal, the corresponding elements are also equal. So hence by equating the corresponding elements, we get X is equal to 2, Y is equal to minus 1, Z equal to 4. Finally, you need to conclude your answer. There are two parts for this question. The first one is the product AB. So you need to write the product AB is equal to 6i. Or even you can write 6 into 100,010,001. Or you can write it as 600,060,006. The choice is yours. Then, the second part of it, the value of X is 2, Y is minus 1, Z is 4. Here also, you can substitute the values of X, Y, Z in any one of these three equations and you can check what you have done is correct or not. If you have made some mistakes, if the equation is not satisfied with these values, that means you have gone wrong somewhere. Immediately you have to check your paper and make the correction. Now, we'll move on to question number 37. Here, you need to find the shortest distance between these two lines. If the lines intersect, find the point of intersection. See, to do this particular sum, you need to know the formula for finding the shortest distance between the lines. Once you write the formula, then this question is very simple. So let us do it now. Solution. First, let me write the formula for shortest distance. We know that shortest distance between the lines is equal to magnitude of vector A2 minus vector A1 dot vector B1 cross vector B2 divided by magnitude of vector B1 cross vector B2. The reason is the distance cannot be negative. That is why you are taking this magnitude. Okay, let us first jot down the two lines. R vector is equal to 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap plus lambda times I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap, and R vector is equal to 5i cap minus 2j cap plus mu times 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap. Let us now write down A2 vector, A1 vector, B1 vector and B2 vector. Then we can apply it in the formula to get the shortest distance. So, your A1 vector is nothing but this point 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap. 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap. A2 vector is nothing but the point on the second line, that is 5i cap minus 2j cap. 5i cap minus 2j cap. Vector B1 is the direction of the first line, that is I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap, and vector B2 is 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap. That's all. Whatever things are necessary, we have written it down. Now let us write down what is A2 vector minus A1 vector. A2 vector minus A1 vector is nothing but 5i cap minus 2j cap, then minus of vector A1. So that will be minus 3i cap minus 2j cap plus 4k cap. When I simplify this, I will be getting 5i cap minus 3i cap is 2i cap. Minus 2j cap minus 2j cap minus 4j cap. Then plus 4k cap. So this is what I am getting for A2 vector minus A1 vector. Now my aim is to find out what is B1 vector cross B2 vector. So let me make a note of it. I am getting A2 vector minus A1 vector as 2i cap minus 4j cap plus 4k cap. Let me name this as 1. Now, B1 vector cross B2 vector is nothing but determinant I, J, K. What are the coefficients of I, J, K for B1 vector? 1, 2, 2. And for B2 vector, 3, 2, 6. Let us evaluate this determinant. I will be getting I cap into 12 minus 4 minus J cap into, leaving the first row on the second column, 6 minus 6 plus K cap into, leaving the first row on the third column, I will be having 2 minus 6. So, this is nothing but 8 I cap. Then minus 4, because 6 minus 6 is 0. So I will be having here minus 4 k cap. Name this as 2. Now I have to find out A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2. A2 vector minus A1 vector dot B1 vector cross B2 vector is going to be, already I got 2 I cap minus 4 j cap plus 4 k cap dot B1 cross B2 is 8 I cap minus 4 k cap. From 1 and 2. So what do we get here? 16. I'm just taking the dot product. Then there is no j cap over this, it becomes 0 over there. Then plus 4 into minus 4 is minus 16 again. So I'm getting 0. Or in other words, A2 vector minus A1 vector dot B1 vector cross B2 vector, I'm getting it as 0. So 0 by magnitude of this B1 cross B2 is also going to be 0. So or in other words, so there is no need for me to find out magnitude of B1 cross B2. Since A2 vector minus A1 vector dot B1 vector cross B2 vector is equal to 0, the shortest distance between the lines equal to 0 implies these two lines intersect. This conclusion is very, very important because the second part is if the lines intersect, find the point of intersection. So we have completed the first part of the given question. Now let us do the second part. Now we can write these two equations as R vector is equal to, see here, I, that is you can collect the like coefficients, you will be getting it as 3 plus lambda into I cap plus 2 plus 2 lambda into j cap plus minus 4 plus 2 lambda into k cap. The second equation of the line can be written as 5 plus 3 mu into I cap plus minus 2 plus 2 mu into j cap plus 6 mu k cap. What I have done here is, these are the two lines given to you. I am just collecting the like coefficients and writing it. That's all. Now, for a particular value of lambda and mu, let these two lines intersect. That means the coefficients of I cap, j cap and k cap should be the same. That will give you the point of intersection. So what we can do here is, we can equate these two equations, then we will be getting, equating, we get 3 plus lambda I cap plus 2 plus 2 lambda j cap plus minus 4 plus 2 lambda k cap should be equal to 5 plus 3 mu I cap plus minus 2 plus 2 mu j cap plus 6 mu k cap. Now, equating the like coefficients, we get equating the like coefficients, we get 3 plus lambda is equal to 5 plus 3 mu implies lambda minus 3 mu is equal to 2. This is first equation. 2 plus 2 lambda is equal to minus 2 plus 2 mu. This implies 2 lambda minus 2 mu is equal to minus 4. Dividing throughout by 2, you will be getting, this implies lambda minus mu equal to minus 2. Name this as equation 2. Now, equate k cap on both sides. You will be getting minus 4 plus 2 lambda is equal to 6 mu. This implies 2 lambda minus 6 mu is equal to 4. Dividing throughout by 2, you will get lambda minus 3 mu is equal to 2. Equation 3. Now, we need to solve these 3 equations to get the value for lambda and mu. Okay. 2 minus 3. Equation 2 minus equation 3 will give you, see, lambda minus lambda will get cancelled. Minus mu plus 3 mu, that will become 2 mu. 2 mu is equal to, here minus 2 minus 2 minus 4 implies mu is equal to minus 2. Substituting mu is equal to minus 2, substituting mu is equal to minus 2 in 1, we get, see here, lambda minus 3 and here the value is minus 2. So, plus 6 you will have. Plus 6 equal to 2. This implies lambda is equal to minus 4. So, we got the value for lambda and mu. Let us substitute the value of lambda in this equation, first equation, or the value of mu in the second equation. Any one you can do it to get the point of intersection, because you will be getting r vector is equal to some xi plus yj plus zk. That's what you will be getting. Let us name this equation as 1 and this equation as 2. Okay, substituting lambda is equal to minus 4 in 1, we get r vector is equal to, see here, 3 minus 4 I cap plus 2 minus 8 j cap, because 2 into minus 4, so you get minus 8. Then plus minus 4 plus 2 into minus 4, again minus 8 you will have, k cap. This is what you are getting, which is nothing but minus I cap minus 6 j cap minus 12 k cap. So this is the position vector of the point, that is the point of intersection. Therefore, the point of intersection is minus 1, minus 6, minus 12. You can, this is in vector form, this is in Cartesian form, you can write both. Okay. What will happen if you substitute mu is equal to minus 2 into, you will get the same point of intersection. Minus 1, minus 6, minus 12. That you can check in the rough column so that you can be doubly sure that what you have done is correct. Now, let us move on to the choice question for this question number 37.